Hi everyone, welcome to Online Storytime. Today is Santa Stories. Who's ready for Christmas? I know I am. I can never ever get enough of Santa stories. Let me tell you a little bit. Today in sunny California, it's not so sunny. It's raining and just dark outside, and I can't think of a better time for Santa stories. Let's just read some stories and get snuggly, maybe pull a blanket around yourself and a little hot chocolate, and think about Santa and what he may bring you this year. Have you been naughty or you've been nice? I think for this last month, everyone stays pretty nice, just in case Santa will forget about the last 11 months and just go with this month. So let's start off with a little song. It's called Where is Santa? I'm going to just sing it first, and then we'll do it again. And I want you all to sing along with me, and I want you to sing it loud, okay? Where is Santa? Where is Santa? Here I am. Here I am. Merry, Merry Christmas. Merry, Merry Christmas. Ho, ho, ho. Ho, ho, ho. Okay, did you get the hang of that? Let's do it again. Where is Santa? Where is Santa? Here I am. Here I am. Merry, Merry Christmas. Merry, Merry Christmas. Ho, ho, ho. Ho, ho, ho. All right, that was fun. I almost heard you that time. Next time, I really will hear you. I'm sure of it. The first book we have is all about Santa when he was a little boy. It's called Little Santa, and it's by John Agee. And I don't know if you've ever thought about Santa as a boy. I never had before I read this book, and it was really, really life-changing. Let's read and find out about Santa as a little boy, Little Santa. There he is. Do you see him? Isn't he cute? Look at that Santa belly. In the North Pole, in a little cabin, lived Mr. and Mrs. Claus and their 7 children: Larry, Mary, Willie, Millie, Joy, and Zoe, and Santa. Life was tough in the North Pole. Every day there was more wood to be chopped, more snow to be shoveled, another fish to be caught, a quilt to be mended, and a fire to be stoked. The Clauses were miserable. Except for Santa. He loved the North Pole. He liked making snow angels and snowmen, decorating pine trees, baking gingerbread cookies in the shape of people, and most of all, he liked sliding down the chimney. So when the Clauses decided to move to Florida, Santa was very sad. Won't you miss all the pine trees and the icicles and the miles and miles of snow? No, Santa, they said, we won't. That night, as everyone packed, there was a terrible blizzard. Oops. The next morning, the house was buried under a huge snowdrift. The Clauses were trapped. What are we going to do? Said Mrs. Claus. I know, said Santa. I can shimmy up the chimney. Try saying that 10 times fast. So Mr. and Mrs. Claus gave Santa some food and some snowshoes and sent him to get help. After a long walk, he came to a little branch. Ho, 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 said Santa. You must be the top of a very tall tree. No, said a voice. I'm a very cold reindeer. That's a reindeer's antlers. Santa dug the reindeer out of the snow. Gosh, said the reindeer. What are you doing out here? Santa told the reindeer about his family. Hop on my back, said the reindeer. We'll look for help. Gee whiz, said Santa. You're a pretty special reindeer. On a tall bluff, they saw a house, and a light was on inside. Stop here, said Santa. The reindeer landed, and Santa slid down the chimney. The house was full of elves. Holy snowflakes, said the oldest one. Who are you? Santa introduced himself and told the elves about his family. We can help, said the elf. We'll make shovels so we can dig them out of the snow. Look at all the elves. In no time at all, the shovels were made. Now, Santa, said the elf, how will we get to your house? I've got a flying reindeer, said Santa. Wow, said the elf. And do you have a sleigh too? What's a sleigh, said Santa. Well, well, said the elf. I guess we'll build you one. And there they go. The next morning it was finished. Santa hooked up the reindeer and everybody climbed aboard. Ready? Said the reindeer. Ready, said Santa. Off they went to look for Santa's house. Far away, the Clauses were waiting for Santa to return. Look, they're buried in snow. Look at all that. It was almost midnight when the dog heard a familiar sound coming from the chimney. Could it be? Ho, 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 said Santa. I'm home. The Clauses were overjoyed, but there was more noise coming from just outside, and Santa opened the door. Look, everybody, said Santa. These are my new friends. Welcome, said Santa's family. Well, it was a good year in the North Pole. The Clauses and the elves spent lots of time together, and life wasn't as tough as it was before. But when winter came, Santa's family decided to move to Florida after all. Santa? Well, he stayed behind. And you know the rest of the story. There he is, little Santa. Ho, ho, ho. How'd you like that? Wasn't that a great book? Did you ever think about Santa as a little boy? That's how it started. Okay, our next book is called I've Seen Santa. How many of you out there have seen Santa? Have you stayed up late to watch for Santa? Every Christmas Eve, I wait up and because I want to see Santa, I think I'm going to hear a jingle bells or something. And guess what? I fall asleep, and when I wake up, all my presents are there. He's already been there. Does that happen to you too? This is by David Bedford. It was Christmas Eve, and Little Bear was looking forward to seeing Santa. Is Santa as big as you? He asked Big Bear. Nearly, said Big Bear proudly. Oh, said Little Bear, looking worried. Will Santa fit down our chimney then? Of course he will, said Big Bear. I'll show you. And Big Bear went outside and climbed into the chimney. Crash! See, said Big Bear from a cloud of soot. Santa will get in, no problem. Santa won't come if he sees this mess, said Mommy Bear. We'll help clean it up, said Little Bear. Does Santa visit bears all over the world? Asked Little Bear. Yes, said Big Bear. He goes to every house. Said Little Bear. He might not have time to come here. Then I won't have any presents. Don't worry, said Mommy Bear. Santa will come just as soon as you go to sleep. Little Bear didn't want to go to sleep. He wanted to see Santa. He listened to Mommy Bear and Big Bear going to bed, and then glug, 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 glug. What was that noise? Someone was downstairs. Someone big was sitting by the fireplace. Yes, whispered Little Bear, it's Santa. I've seen Santa. And Little Bear tiptoed up and saw Big Bear. That's Santa's milk, said Little Bear. I only wanted a sip, said Big Bear. Before I go to sleep, he took Little Bear's hand. Come on, Little Bear, let's go to bed. Little Bear tried to stay awake, but soon he began to doze. Then a loud noise downstairs woke him up. Muncha, 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 muncha. Someone big was standing by the Christmas tree. This time it had to be Big Bear. You're eating Santa's blueberry pies now, said Little Bear. I was hungry, said Big Bear. If Santa's as greedy as you, said Mommy Bear, coming downstairs, he really will be too big to fit down the chimney. Now go to bed and go to sleep, both of you. Little Bear went to bed, but he couldn't go to sleep. He was too worried. He woke up Big Bear to ask him a question. What if Santa eats too many blueberry pies and they get stuck in the chimney? He whispered. Said Big Bear. Let's keep watch to make sure he's okay, said Little Bear. We can hide so he won't see us. Shh, whispered Little Bear from their hiding place. I hear something. It must be Santa this time. Somebody was putting presents in their stockings. Big Bear turned on the flashlight to see who's going to be. Mommy Bear! What are you doing, said Big Bear. I'm giving you both a present for me, said Mommy Bear. What are you doing? We're not going to bed, said Big Bear. We're going to see Santa, squealed Little Bear. Mommy Bear laughed. Make room for me then, she said. We'll all see Santa. Little Bear, Big Bear, and Mommy Bear stayed downstairs all through the night. They never did see Santa. Even though Santa saw them. The end. Do you think that's what happens when you fall asleep waiting? And Santa probably is watching you while he puts all the presents in, checking on you. All right. So, does that happen to you guys? Does anyone else stay up late waiting for Santa? Is it only me? It can't be only me. I know a few of you wait up too. This is such a good book. I think you're going to like this next one. It's called Bless You, Santa. And it is by Julie Sykes. Have you ever wondered about what would happen if Santa got a cold? Have you ever felt so sick you just didn't want to get out of bed? Well, what if that happened to Santa? What would happen then? Let's find out. I'm a little nervous just thinking about it. What if Santa can't show up? What if Santa can't make it? Okay. It was almost Christmas, and Santa was up very early one day. Jingle bells, he sang to himself. Breakfast first, and then work. He made some toast and took out the jam and butter, and as he was pouring some cereal, his nose began to tickle. Ah, 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 achoo! He roared. His sneeze blew the cereal all over the place. Bless you, Santa, said Santa's cat, shaking cereal out of her tail. That's a nasty cold. Oh, no, said Santa in alarm. It can't be. It's nearly Christmas. I don't have time for a cold. After breakfast, Santa rushed to his workshop and went to work on the unfinished toys. Happily, he sang as he painted a robot. But Santa's sneezes were growing larger and louder. Ah, 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 achoo! Bless you, Santa, squeaked Santa's little mouse, gathering the beads of sneeze that scattered all over the table. Bless you, Santa, said Santa's cat, chasing paper stars as they fluttered around. You sound awful. Go to sit by the fire. I feel awful, said Santa, but I can't rest yet. It's too close to Christmas. I have to finish these toys or there'll be no presents for all the achoo! Santa sneezed so hard that he slipped and landed in a pile of balls. Down the balls tumbled, bouncing off Santa and bouncing around the room. They crashed into cars. They pushed over paint cans. They toppled the teddy bears, and they ruined the rockets. Achoo! Just look at this mess, cried Santa. I'll never be ready in time for Christmas. Go to bed, Santa ordered his little mouse. You're not well. Your nose is so red that reindeer could use you to guide your sleigh. We'll clean up this mess and get everything ready for Christmas. So Santa's mouse put Santa to bed with a mug of hot tea and a little medicine to help his cold. Santa snuggled into the blanket. He sneezed. Achoo! He sniffled, and then he finally snored. Meanwhile, back at the workshop, Santa's friends worked as hard as they could. They mopped, they mended, they glued, they snipped, they stuck, they wrapped. Faster and faster they worked until every single present was finished. Then, sleepily, they went to bed. The next evening, as the sun set, the animals waited with the sleigh piled high with toys. "Where is Santa?" asked Santa's cat. "I hope he's better." "Who's going to drive the sleigh and deliver all the presents?" asked the reindeer. "Listen," said Santa's cat. "Can you hear something?" The animals listened. "It's Santa!" squeaked Santa's little mouse. "Are you better, Santa? Can you deliver the presents?" Santa wrinkled his nose. "Ah, ah, ah, ho, ho, ho," chuckled Santa loudly. "Only joking. I feel much better. Bless you, everyone. You did a great job. Thanks to you, I'll get the presents delivered in time for Christmas morning." Santa climbed aboard his sleigh. "Reindeer, up, up, and away!" he shouted. It was a busy night as Santa flew around the world delivering presents. When at last Santa landed back at the North Pole, the sun was rising, but he hadn't finished quite yet. "These presents are for you," said Santa. "Presents for us?" squeaked Santa's cat. That. Achoo! Santa's cat sneezed so hard that a pile of snow fell off the trees and buried everyone. "Bless you," laughed Santa, "and Merry Christmas to you too." The end. Aren't you glad Santa was better in time to take presents to everyone? I was getting so worried there. What if he doesn't make it? Who's going to deliver the presents? What's going to happen? But luckily, Santa had a lot of good friends to get the presents together and let him rest so he could deliver everything. So don't worry if he gets sick again this summer. I'm personally a friend of Santa. I think I can pitch in. I know some other friends can pitch in, and we'll make it happen. Don't worry about it at all. Okay. Here's a little think play. I want everyone to do this with me. It's lots of fun. Here's the chimney. Put your thumb inside your hand like this. Here's the chimney. Here's the top. Open the lid, and out Santa pops. Let's try that again. Here's the chimney. Here's the top. Open the lid, and out Santa pops. Ho, ho, ho. That's fun. Okay. Our next book I really like. I think you're going to like it too. It's called What Santa Can't Do. We know about everything he can do. He can make all these presents. He can deliver them in one night. He knows who's naughty, who's nice. Santa can do so much, but what can't he do? We're about to find out what Santa can't do. And this is by Douglas Wood. Uh-oh, getting from the pages. Here we go. There are lots of things that regular people can do, but Santa can't. He can find every house in every town in every country, but sometimes he can't find his pipe or his slippers. He can remember everybody on his list, but he can't quite remember what Mrs. Claus said to get at the grocery store. Santa can never buy enough reindeer biscuits. Look at all those reindeer biscuits. That's a lot. He can't drive a car. That would hurt the reindeer's feelings. And he can't fly in airplanes. That would really, really hurt their feelings. He can't shave. No one would know who he was. And he can't wear a suit and tie to work. Well, maybe a red suit. Santa can't quite touch his toes or do as many sit-ups as he used to. And Santa can't wear Bermuda shorts and a t-shirt or sandals. Santa can't do his best work without elves. And he can't wait to try out the new toys. Santa just can't help smiling, and he can't seem to smile without his eyes twinkling. He can't stand having an empty lap. Santa can't chuckle or giggle or snicker. He can only ho, ho, ho. He can't pack a regular suitcase. Look what he's doing. And Santa can't sleep at night, at least not on Christmas Eve. He can't leave for work without a kiss and a present for someone special. See Mrs. Claus? He can't come into a house a normal way. He doesn't know how doorknobs work. Santa doesn't really like fires in the fireplaces. Ouch. And he can't seem to walk past a plate full of cookies or a glass of milk. And he can't leave a single gift in his bag, even the tiniest one. There are lots of things Santa can't do, lots of ways he's different. But in one way, he's just like you and me. I wonder how that is. He can't wait for Christmas. Do you know, this says 364 days until Christmas. But do you know how long we really have to wait? Guess. Take a guess. Hold up your hands. 23 days. That's all we have. 23 days until Christmas. Yay. Okay. The next book I have is called The Three Bears Christmas. And this is by Kathy Duval. You think you know the stories of the three bears. This is a little bit different. It's about their Christmas. There's Papa Bear, Mama Bear, little baby bear in the middle. And who's that? Santa, of course. The man of the hour. It was Christmas Eve. Baby Bear hung bells on the Christmas tree. Papa Bear hung stockings on the mantle. Mama Bear baked 3 gingerbread bears. One was for Papa Bear, one was for Mama, and one was for Baby Bear. May I have my gingerbread? Asked Baby Bear. It's too hot, said Mama. You'll need to wait. But I'm hungry now, said Baby Bear. Let's take a walk, said Papa. That'll help you wait. On their walk, the bears played, What Do I See? Papa saw a rabbit. Mama saw the Big Dipper. I see something flying over the moon, said Baby Bear. It must be a shooting star, said Papa. What do you see? Then the bears played, What Do I Hear? Papa heard an owl. And Mama heard pine cones falling. I hear bells, said Baby Bear. It must be icicles, said Mama Bear. Look, said Baby Bear, someone opened our door. It must have been the wind, said Papa and Mama. The 3 bears headed for the kitchen. Someone nibbled my gingerbread, said Papa. Somebody nibbled my gingerbread too, said Mama. Somebody gobbled my gingerbread all up, said Baby Bear, and left a woolly mitten. The bears followed a trail of crumbs. Somebody is messy, said Mama. Somebody sat in my chair, said Papa. Someone sat in my chair too, said Mama. Somebody Big broke my chair, said Baby Bear, and dropped a fuzzy hat. The bear saw boots on the stairs. Someone has tired feet, said Papa. Papa, Mama, and Baby Bear rushed upstairs. What do you think they're going to find? Somebody rumpled my bed, said Papa. Somebody rumpled my bed too, said Mama. Somebody in a big hurry rumpled my bed, said Baby Bear, and forgot a red coat. Jingle, jingle, jingle. Somebody's ringing bells, said Papa, Mama, and Baby Bear, and they ran downstairs. What are they going to find? Somebody left presents under the trees, said Baby Bear. Somebody filled our stockings too, said Mama. Somebody jolly, shouted Baby Bear, and there he is. There he is. Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas, Santa. And they wave to him as he flies away. Ho, ho, ho. That was fun, wasn't it? I like that guy. Okay, let's see. I'm going to do a little song for you now. And it's sung to the Hokey Pokey, but it's actually called the Reindeer Pokey. It's going to be lots of fun because Hokey Pokey is one of my favorites. So if I mess up the words a little bit, it's just because I'm used to singing Hokey Pokey. But this is going to be fun, okay? So everyone get their antlers on their head, okay? You put your antlers in, you put your antlers out, you put your antlers in, and you shake them all about. You do the Reindeer Pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. You put your hooves in, you put your hooves out, you put your hooves in, and you shake them all about. You do the Reindeer Pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. Okay, you put your red nose in, you put your red nose out, you put your red nose in, and you shake it all about. You do the reindeer Pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. Okay, you guys could do it on your own. Do it again, and I know you'll do a lot better than what I just did, but it's lots of fun. I like to pretend to be a reindeer, just like I'm pretending to be Santa right now. It's fun to pretend. So what we're going to do, I saved the best book for last. Is anyone out there a Pete the Cat fan? Yeah? Do I hear you? Do I hear the fan screaming? Ah, Pete the Cat, Pete the Cat. He's one of my favorites, and this is one of my favorite books. I think you're going to enjoy it. It's called Pete the Cat Saves Christmas. Well, Pete the Cat can save anything, but how does he save Christmas? I want to know. I want to know. I can't wait. Of course, this is by James Dean. There's Pete the Cat on a reindeer. See him? He's so cute. I love Pete the Cat. Okay. 'Twas a day before Christmas, and Santa was ill. In the cold winter wind, he had caught a bad chill. Will Christmas be canceled? Will it come to that? Never, cried Santa. Let's call Pete the Cat. Santa asked Pete to deliver the toys to all the good girls and all the good boys. I'll do it, said Pete. And although I am small, at Christmas we give, so I'll give it my all. Give it your all, give it your all. At Christmas we give, so give it your all. Pete jumped in his minibus and started to roll. Road trip, cried Pete. First stop, the North Pole. The reindeer were waiting to give Pete a tow, so he packed up the presents and told them to go. Then the minibus flew just like in a movie. Pete the Cat cried, This is totally groovy. I can do it, said Pete, and although I am small, at Christmas we give, so I give it my all. Give it your all, give it your all. At Christmas we give, so give it your all. As the children were sleeping all snug in their beds, Pete and his reindeer appeared overhead. Straight down the chimney, Pete flew in a dash, then back in his minibus, quick as a flash. Each time he delivered a holiday gift, he crossed off a name written on Santa's list. Santa's list was so big, and Pete felt so small. But at Christmas we give, so give it your all. Give it your all, give it your all. At Christmas we give, so give it your all. At the very last minute, they reached the last house. Pete dashed in and out just as quiet as a mouse. Then right at the break of the new Christmas day, Pete and his reindeer were flying away. Back at the North Pole, old Santa was waiting. The elves and the townsfolk were all celebrating. It says, thank you, Pete. I know it says, small is cool. Santa was dressed in his red coat and hat and cried, hip, hip, hooray for our friend Pete the cat. I did it, said Pete, and although I am small, in the spirit of Christmas, I gave it my all. Give it your all, give it your all. At Christmas we give, so give it your all. The end. That's something for us all to remember. Christmas time, we can all have a good effect on other people, and just give it your all. Merry Christmas, everyone. See you next week, 4:30 Tuesdays. Bye-bye. Ho, ho, ho.